Seconds up on his time, going through maggots of Beckett's now. What can the Ferrari driver do? His teammate looking to win the championship. Young leader isn't really in that fight at all. He does want to help the constructors, but is he going to take this off his teammate? He very much so might, because he's 5/10 up on his time now. Young leader could be pushing for P1. Mikhail about to cross about to cross the line. Mateus improves by, I think that's 3/10 to extend his pole, and Mikhail doesn't improve to take pole. Here's young leader, probably the last person except for Totally No Pro who could snatch his pole, and he does! It's a 1:36.9. It's a blistering lap time. Can Totally No Pro respond? No, he can't. And the only man out on track now who... Why did I know this would happen? Our best chance is just to ride here. Well, we've got the lights about to turn on ahead of us for the Great British Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Looked like a good start for the McLaren driver. Not so much for the Ferrari in comparison. They were held for a long time on the grid. No one jumped the spot. Into turn 1 then. Young leader leads. Mikhail putting a lot of pressure on Mateus. And into turn... I think that's turn 4 or 3. He's going to try and go around the outside of the McLaren, and he does so very well. Totally No Pro down the inside of Rayner, and Rayner losing a few spots there, almost under pressure from Ziabati as well. And Beast Plays goes down the inside, and it's a horror start for Rayner, down to P6. Down the Wellington straight we go. Young leader leads. Into the left-hander, Mikhail, then Mateus, Totally No Pro, Rayner, Beast Plays, Rayner back up to 5th, but there's contact, and around goes Rayner, and it's all working out brilliantly for Mikhail at the moment. This is exactly what he wants to see. Up to P2 off the start, and his championship rival has spun around, finding himself in P13. Yellow flags in that sector, and Rayner still hasn't got back going. Is the car got damaged? I don't think so. It was contact with the Mercedes of Beast Plays that caused the guy to go around. Caused the car to go around, sorry. And now he sits dead last. JLB making a move on the Mercedes driver. And young leader gets overtaken by Mikhail. Unbelievable, I didn't even see it coming. But young leader doing everything he can to get back into the Vale chicane we go. But Mikhail leads this race. And when I was saying Mikhail needed a lot of good fortune, I didn't think it would happen. But here we are, and at the moment, if the race ends like this, then Mikhail is level on points, but not able to really have any fights with the people behind either. He's comfortably in P5, and you can see this three-way battle going on in front of us. Oh no! Young leader and Mateus, the pole sitter and P2, spin around as they battle it out, and they drop to the back of the grid. They're just dropping off completely. It's really, really quite sad what's happened to the Ferrari driver after such a brilliant qualifying session. Ziabati has overtaken him down the inside, down the hang straight, and Mikhail takes back his fastest lap as he asserts dominance over the rest of the grid. And in JLB have been having a bit of a battle these past few laps, and this safety car's benefit them massively. They've gone from P3 and P4 to P1 and P2 on fresh tyres. This has massively benefited them both, but I know that Totally No Pro is quicker than JLB. It's interesting, and it's actually quite fun to have two drivers that didn't qualify too high. You know, they were in the more of the top people, battling it out for P1 and P2, and Totally No Pro's gone, and he's absolutely left JLB in the dust. 8/10, 9/10 the gap to him. Mikhail taken. Oh no, he's slowed all the way down. What has happened? What has happened to the Alfa Romeo driver? We've seen this happen before, actually. I saw it happen before with... I'm not sure, I can't exactly remember his name. I think he only did a few races before he left. But it was... I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but it happened with them this season. They, off the safety cars, they pulled to the side and slowed right down. Is it some sort of in-game glitch? And if it has, that's pretty much crushed Mikhail's championship hopes and dreams for now. We've still got 11 and a half laps to go, but Mikhail has just been completely well, robbed of a position there, because I don't think in all consciousness he would have actually pulled over to let everyone by. Forrest Jump then all over the back of JLB, and it's a dream start for Totally No Pro. He's absolutely aced the restart, and down the inside goes Forrest Jump, P3 in the standings by the way, and this performance will move him up to P2, right behind Rayner. But he would need more than a bit of a miracle to win the championship, but it's still very much so on if this is the way the race ends. Young leader keeping his teammate at bay. Totally No Pro sets the fastest lap. It's taken by Forrest Jump, 0.02 of a second in that one. And Bendel gets a 3-second time penalty. We got a nice aerial shot which can show us the pace difference. Down to, well, they're down onto the hanger straight now. DRS not open yet, but down the inside, Rayner's gonna go, and he takes P4, and this is gonna do well for the championship standings. Okay, that shows if he's really in it to really help Rayner. Because obviously Mikhail, just look at him, he's absolutely flying here. Tons more pace than his teammate, than Rayner's teammate, sorry. And yeah, just flies. And do you know what? Neither was Mikhail, but he's got a lot closer, and yes he does! Around the outside, he's past Rayner, but down the inside, Rayner desperately trying to keep it here, but Mikhail has stood his ground and takes P4, and with just the softer compounder tyre, Mikhail is now starting to perform. Williams is this time round the time we see the move from the Red Bull to take P1 and potentially the race win. Well, he's going to try and do it around the outside, out of the hanger straight. It doesn't happen there, but towards the Vale chicane we go. It's going to be side by side, not quite. He's kind of pushing him through the corner onto the Hamilton straight, and somehow Forrest Jump is still not past the Williams. We ride on board into turn 1. No lifting off there. And he's still foot to the floor, but he can't get past the Williams driver. And Young Leader has pit. I thought he'd gone around. I'd honestly thought he'd spun, because he was just dropping down the order quite quickly, so I thought he'd spun, but he hasn't. He's pit. Mikhail getting closer to JLB. You can see him in the background. It's now or never for Forrest Jump. He knows that if it's not him in first place, then he's going to get pipped off by Mikhail sooner rather than later with all that pace they have. Now, not only does he have a run, but he has a tow, and he has DRS, and he has ERS. Is this the time for Forrest Jump? Around the outside he goes, but down the inside, Totally No Pro can keep it. Does he run it wide? He does. Forrest Jump takes the lead of the race, and it's all switched round. Will Totally No Pro go for it down the inside? He will. They're going to battle it out through the Vale chicane, and you can see how close they are with the front wing shot from Totally No Pro. But it's all over because Forrest Jump takes the lead of the race on lap 22. Mikhail sets the fastest lap because they've been battling. Look how close he is to the back of them now. The gap's only 2/10. I mean, he could still easily win this race with the amount of pace that he's showing. It's unbelievable. Forrest Jump, oh, a bit twitchy on the rear end, and he is going to be under pressure from Totally No Pro down the Wellington Straight. This is the last thing Forrest Jump needs. He covers the inside line, but around the outside, that's the line that Totally No Pro wants to take. He can't get it. Oh, yes, he can, because down the inside into Luffield, they almost make contact. Maybe they did make contact. They're getting oh so close, but no. The lead swapped around again. Totally No Pro retakes the lead into Cobb's Corner, nearly side by side. Some say that people fear death the most, but I think the real thing people fear the most is Mikhail when he's on a good day, because he's even scared Forrest Jump off the track there. He runs it wide onto the grass and makes the move very easy for Mikhail. Of 12. I think it's a 15-point gap to Rayner. He's gaining 15 points, and with DRS, he's going to try and go around the outside. He's squeezed all the way off the track. He gets a time penalty, and he's spun around. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Mikhail, at one point looked like he was going to win the race. They've made contact. He's got off the track. He's got around, and all of a sudden, he's about to get over me in my mind. But Forrest Jump knows the importance of getting a move here, but into the Veil Chicane, it's not going to happen. We've only got a few more laps left, a few more corners left, even that. And onto the Hamilton Street, he wasn't able to do it, and Totally No Pro will win the Silverstone Grand Prix. Forrest Jump second, JLB third, Rayner fourth, crucially, Mikhail fifth, and Rayner does actually increase the championship lead. And that means that the gap has gone from 25 points all the way up to, I think, there's only a 2-point gap. It's to 27. But that does mean the last race is at Jeddah. And that does mean that, ladies and gentlemen, as of now, Rayner has won the World Drivers' Championship. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I didn't even see it happen. So I'm sorry because I didn't get as excited about it as I probably should have. But I didn't even expect it to happen this race. But if I've said, I think I've done everything correctly in my head there. You, I believe, are looking at, as long as the results stay the same before the post-race, you will be looking at here the 2022, no it's not, it's 2023 obviously, but the 2023 Aurora Racing League Season 4 World Drivers Champion, if I'm not mistaken, unless Mikhail's got the fastest lap. I'm not entirely sure what's gone on in this last lap. There's so much to try and digest. But I think Rayner's done everything he needs. Can someone else confirm this? Because I'm making assumptions here. I wanna make sure they're true. I'm in shock of everything that's happened at the end. Massive congratulations to Totally No Pro for hanging on.